So yes, a lot of our museum is closed for construction right now, but we are even changing some things in some areas that are actually open. Shannon.
Yes.
What did you want to talk about?
I want to talk about monkeys today.
Let's go talk about monkeys.
Let's go talk about monkeys.
Shannon wanted to make sure that her phone and keys were out of the shot, so they're just right over there.
Trying to be professional.
This area is currently open, but we are still changing some stuff over on this wall. What are we changing?
First of all, Chuck, I have to recognize that you and I are twins today.
We are wearing the same shirt.
So the cool thing about this area is that, do you ever have things in your life, Chuck, that you're like, this is okay, but I want to make it better?
No, never. My life's perfect.
No, your life's perfect. Okay, I know. Well, in my life, I'm constantly striving to make things better. So you'll recall that we had a section in our block house about animals going into space, particularly American animals, primates, monkeys, all that good stuff.
Right, yeah, it had Enos's couch in there and stuff like that.
It was a good place for it. But was it the best place for it? No. It actually fits better with the story if you put it here by Mercury-Atlas 1, which was, what was it, 1960? So yeah, that early uncrewed era of testing the Mercury spacecraft.
Sure, yeah.
We have moved the American animals, really the primates, to this space. And on top of that, Chuck, we will have a new artifact that's never been on display before. On display right here in this area.
Ooh.
And I'm not talking about something teeny tiny. I'm talking about a what we would call a spacecraft, right? I mean, it's a training unit for the Biosatellite 3 mission.
Awesome.
But I mean, it's a piece of a, let's call it spacecraft, capsule, right?
So I actually saw a documentary about Biosat 3. I'll insert little pieces of it because it is public domain. But
share it with me.
I will.
Okay.
There's one scene where all of these characters are just like staring off into the middle distance, and then like their own voice is narrating over the top like what must be their thoughts.
What is the effect of changes in gravity on the processes of living organisms?
Will a cell divide and differentiate normally?
How will weightlessness affect plant growth?
What would happen if we moved the primates to this area?
You know, Space Monkeys is a pretty good band name.
Am I in the Matrix?
I wonder what their first album would be.
Yeah, what would happen if I tried harder? So yeah, Biosatellite 3 is going to go here. Have you seen, I mean, you've seen the documentary then that I have not seen, but the pictures of that poor little thing stuck in there.
We will carefully test this coordination between eye and hand movements. It is something which, in a weightless state, is likely to undergo quite significant deterioration and may not necessarily recover.
And the reports of it are like, it only had a couple electrodes, implanted into its brain. And
if the animal is not conscious, we want to know why. And without brain activity being recorded, we would never know.
Really kind of things that wouldn't happen today. These things would, I think that's also kind of an important part of the story. I did a program on animals in space once, and the things that they used to do with animals, they don't do anymore. And I think most industries probably don't. It was a pigtail monkey. He was named Bonnie because of his demeanor. And he went up he was supposed to do a 30-day mission to learn how long-term exposure to the environment would affect a living creature. You see, this was Apollo 11 era, like 1969, and they're already worrying or testing or wondering about what is it going to be like when we have a space station? What is it going to be like when we start spending more time in space? So they set Bonnie up for that purpose.
So this was kind of research for the Apollo applications program.
Right, exactly, yeah. Bonnie became unresponsive, I think, on day 7, day 8. He had like a little handle that he could get food pellets and, a little water bottle. And I guess there was some way that they could signal to him, hey, you need to drink some water. Yeah. And, he had done that throughout the mission. And then towards the end, they were like, hey, you need to drink some water. And he wasn't. So
Yeah.
he came back, and then I think within hours of landing, he passed away. But there is a success story in this area too, where we talk about Enos, who, when they start talking about John Glenn doing an orbital flight, we're a little nervous about that. We need to send a chimp first. And he went, and he was fine. I mean, I think they came back a little early, but yeah. So we have Enos in here too. And we touch, those are the artifacts we have, but we also touch on Miss Baker and Sam and all of those early monkey pioneers.
Monkey pioneers.
Chimpanauts, they called them. Or Astromonk, they called them that.
Astromonk was my favorite.
You want to go with Astromonk? Okay.
So that is where all of that is going to go. Ta-da!
Yeah, that is that.